It's 26th of February 2025, and this is when the news coming to you live from the news app here at the University of Education, Winneba. Coming up in the next minute. UEW launches Vice Chancellor's Community Initiative Program to empower youth. Ghana Health Service launches cholera vaccination program in Effici municipality. And President Mahama confident in Dr. Siame's leadership to boost Ghana's economy. In business, government borrows 59.68 billion Ghana cedi in 7 weeks from domestic money market. On the foreign front, South African court rules claims of white genocide as not real. We have details of all these stories and many more coming up in the bulletin. My name is Nana Amma Nyamike. By another news in detail. The University of Education, Winneba, has officially launched the Vice Chancellor's Community Initiative Program. The event held at the Jofus Anna Mensah Conference Center at the North Campus brought together dignitaries, educational stakeholders, and students to discuss the future of youth empowerment. The program was under the team UEW Future Forge, harnessing the potentials of the youth for development. Speaking at the event, Vice Chancellor Professor Stephen Jobson Mitchell emphasized the university's commitment to youth capacity building, urging students to seize the opportunities offered by the initiative. He also said the initiative is designed to address 3 key gaps, which are low educational performance and limited access to academic support for students preparing for BECE and WASSCE examination.
Now, the Vice Chancellor's Community Initiative Program is designed to address 3 key gaps. And the first one is low educational performance and limited access to academic support for students preparing for BECE and WASSCE examinations. 2, financial barriers preventing needy students from pursuing higher education, particularly in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. 3, the growing unemployment and need rates, leaving many young people without viable career paths. This initiative is not just a local intervention. It is part of a bigger global movement that aligns with key United Nations Sustainable Development Goals.
Nana Owusu Ofori, the guest speaker for the program, addressed the congregation by stating that the university's responsibilities extend beyond classroom and research. He emphasized that the university must engage with the heart of the community by nurturing potential and empowering individuals to thrive. Crucially, this involves understanding the needs of community through robust research.
We recognize that the university's responsibility extends beyond the classroom and research. It reaches into the heart of the community, nurturing potential and empowering individuals to thrive. And crucially, it involves understanding the specific needs of the community through robust research. Universities, just like any other organizations, have an environment in which they operate. That is, a local community stakeholders whose interests must be important to the university. This is so because, unlike in earlier times when basic functions of university were mainly teaching, learning, and research, modern universities have an additional obligation to render services to their host communities. In line with this new agenda and this new way of thinking, a progressive Vice Chancellor, the new direction is premised on the assumption that the ivory tower fever. So when we talk about building this relationship between the university and the community, it is paramount. It is essential. And I'm in full support with this vision that the Vice Chancellor and his team has put forth. So the program is not simply a top-down initiative, it is a response to identified needs and challenges, many of which have been brought to light through the university's ongoing research within the Efutu and Ejumako communities. We believe that sustainable and impactful change can only come from a deep understanding of the local context.
Moving on from the university story, the Ghana Health Service has launched the cholera vaccination program in the Efutu municipality in the central region of Ghana, aimed at curbing the disease and deepening education on its prevention. Launching the program yesterday at the Sekejano Community Center, a fishing community in Winneba, the Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Professor Samuel Kaba, noted that the vaccine was only meant to mitigate the spread and urged the residents to keep their surroundings clean. He emphasized the importance of continuous and routine personal and environmental hygiene practice as the surest way of preventing the disease.
You see, I don't want us to keep talking about the vaccine as if it's the magic that should happen. The magic here is cleanliness. The magic here is water, the sanitation. As I said, we as people, together we spent 2 good years in COVID, and we did not have cholera outbreak. And it's simply because during that time we were washing our hands, we were clean, sanitation was so good. We just have to go back to that level. Now, people might say they don't have water, running water, but we have the Veronica bucket. I even remember during COVID, people invented all kinds of this. We just have to go back, pick that, and we'll be fine.
The Director General, while allaying the fears of the people, said they have also added the Agunaswedro area to the vaccination program in order to achieve a holistic prevention ratio.
When you start with the cases, right, if you have 1-2 cases, you don't have to be very worried. But when they start to climb up, especially when they are confirmed, not suspected cases, what you do is you get in touch with WHO and then you place in an order. They also look at it and say, okay, the cases that you have in are quite enough for you to start with the vaccination. So at the time when we started the exercise of trying to do the vaccination, we started somewhere in Western region. Then we came down to Cape Coast. And when we got to Cape Coast, we noticed that the numbers started going down when it had to do with Efutu. But Swedro was going high, so we decided to solicit for Swedro first. And then at the same time, the next day we solicited for Efutu. So with this is why they came almost at the same time. And the good news is that we're not only doing here, but we are doing over there too as well, Swedro as well. So from here we'll be moving to Swedro to make sure that we carry on this same exercise in both communities. And close as they are, I think this is the best thing we can do, so that you don't do one side and then the other side is still a green zone. So now we have everyone covered at the same time, and we hope that we'll get good results.
Now, in a bid to sustain the effort being made to combat the disease, Central Regional Minister Ekopenin Ochre Edudamwa hinted that his outfit has instituted a monthly cleanup exercise across the region started March 1, 2025.
I am worried because of the cost involved. This is not coming for free. So we are talking about having skill training for the youth. We are talking about 24-hour economy. All this, we need money. And so we are going to use money to procure vaccines for, people who are having cholera and other things. I think that is going to worry us in our developmental agenda. So once we are aware that this comes out of, lack of cleanliness, we need to go back to the COVID period where we were washing our hands more often. We also have to clean our environment. and change our behavior towards sanitation. I think that's the best way to go. You agree with me that the best way to stop cholera is to keep our environment very clean and drink healthy water. So that's the way we want us to go. And we need you, the media, to help us to do that. In whatever form that you can assist us, let us do this. Especially as a regional minister, I cannot afford to lose money when I need plenty money for developmental activities. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, you made mention that there's going to be a cleanup exercise.
Starting this Saturday, we are going to continue till we see that we have adopted that style. We want to change our behavior, and so every month ending, the last Saturday in every month, starting this month, we are going to have 2-hour cleanup exercise, and we want everybody to participate. We want the institutions to help us, the media to help us. In the community, it's going to be compulsory, and we're going to ensure that the municipal district assemblies are going to also implement their bylaws. We have the bylaws to ensure that our communities are clean, yet they are not. And so I think that we need education. Cleanliness involves education, continuous education, and that's what we ensure it happens. Ensure that the bylaws will enforce the bylaws. I think that in the district assembly bylaws, there are rules and regulations that we should follow. Where people do not follow those rules and regulations, there are ways of sanctioning them. We also ask Nananum to also be part of it. Nananum know ways and means of handling matters like that. And we are not seeking to punish anybody. We just have to educate them to be part of it. Like I said, we are wasting money. So if we want development in Winneba, if there is a role we should play to ensure that we have development, this is what we should do. And so we think that they all come on board.
President John Mahama has expressed confidence in Dr. Johnson Pandit Kwesi Asiame's ability to put Ghana's economy on a path of sustained growth. The president gave the assurance on Tuesday when he formally swore in Dr. Asiama as governor and Dr. Zakari Mumuni as first deputy governor of the Central Bank at the seat of government in Accra.
To regulate the currency, ensure monetary stability, and promote the sustainable economic development of Ghana. Indeed, in adherence to Section 17(1) of the Bank of Ghana Act 2002, these appointments uphold the legal stipulation, demonstrable, financial, and practical governor, respectively. It's a deliberate affirmation of our unshakable commitment to professionalism, integrity, and proven competence as the sole criteria for appointment to high office. A distinct progression from his long and dedicated service to the Central Bank. With over 2 decades at that institution, he has played a pivotal role in. As Deputy Governor, he was instrumental in controlatory oversight. His deep expertise in banking supervision, risk management, and digital finance positions him as the right leader of the bank at this time. Foresight and decisive leadership. With Dr. Asiama heading the Bank of Ghana, I am confident that we will rebuild trust in the institution, will restore stability, and put our economy back on the path of sustained growth. I entrust him with this responsibility, knowing that he will serve with diligence and excellence.
On his part, Dr. Asiama expressed gratitude to the President and the Council of State for the confidence reposed in them. He said the research path the nation had embarked on was more than mere slogan, declaring that it was about restoring public trust, rebuilding confidence, and ensuring that Ghana's economy was stable, innovative, and ready for the future.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is with profound humility and a deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you today, honored by the trust that has been reposed in us to serve as Governor and Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana. Let me extend my sincere gratitude to His Excellency the President and Her Excellency the Vice President for this appointment, and to the Council of State for the endorsement of our appointment. Let me also acknowledge the unwavering support of our families, our colleagues, our friends, and mentors who have contributed to our careers so far.
The majority in Parliament has dismissed calls to summon the Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation, Samuel Natteh-George, over the closure of 7 radio stations. A media advisory from the Communication Ministry confirmed that the affected stations were shut down for operating without valid frequency authorizations, violating Section 2(4) of the Electronic Communication Act 2008, Act 775. The stations include Fire Group of Companies Sunyani 90.1 MHz, Isa Consort Limited Tamale 89.7 MHz, Abu Channel Media Group Adidome 105.7 MHz, Ochami Radio Limited BBNE 99.7 MHz, Mumin Bono Foundation Techiman 99.7 MHz, and Osikani Community FM in Kwanta 99.7 MHz. Additionally, the government has ordered the immediate closure of Guma FM in Boko following urgent national security concerns raised by the Upper East Regional Security Council. Responding to the matter in Parliament, Majority Leader Mahama Ayariga defended the minister's action, emphasizing that he was simply enforcing the law.
Somebody is running a radio station, operating it without frequency authorization. And the minister dutifully directs that the law should be enforced. And you come to this house and say that we shouldn't close early and have lunch because of that matter. Mr. Speaker, they are asking how did the minister know? Because they don't know that on this side, we appointed people who are so competent that nothing will pass by them. Mr. Speaker, the minister is so competent that they didn't think he would know that those stations were operating without frequency authorization. And when the minister gets to know within 10 days of sitting in that office, they are surprised, they are mesmerized. We have the men and the women who are capable of doing the job. Within 10 days, they got to know. And he's enforcing the law. I don't understand why you are complaining. A minister is simply directing that enforce the law. What do you expect a minister to do? So please, I'm surprised that you will make the minister the subject of castigation, of unnecessary attacks, trying to question his competence, when all the minister is saying in this communication is that Director General enforce the law, because these stations are operating without frequency authorization. How is that an offense? How is that a matter for which the minister should be summoned to this house to come and answer? Are you trying to intimidate ministers and prevent them from doing their jobs? Is that what you are trying to do? The minister will shut down the stations today. Tomorrow he will shut them down. Tomorrow next he will shut them down if they want they should go for authorization.
Away from that story, Deputy Minister Designate for Food and Agriculture John Dumelo has emphasized the need for better cocoa pricing to prevent farmers from leasing their lands to illegal miners. Speaking during his vetting before Parliament Appointment Committee on Tuesday, February 25, Mr. Dumelo highlighted the growing trend of cocoa farmers surrendering their farms to illegal small-scale miners in exchange for large sums of money.
Giving the cocoa farmers the right price will deter them from selling their cocoa farms. The second one is also to restructure or structure the whole mining industry well, so that wherever they mine, they will not be able to affect these cocoa farms. But I think that the main one is about pricing. With the commencement of the new farming season, which is in October, that's when they review the prices. But I'm in no position to... Mr. Chairman, we have to be very innovative when it comes to the cocoa sector. And if that would improve our market share, if that will improve our export, if that will improve our whole cocoa industry, then that will be a very good suggestion.
The Minority Leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin has urged Richard Jan Mensah, the Deputy Minister Designate for Energy and Green Transition, to stand firm against forces that may attempt to obstruct the privatization of Electricity Company of Ghana, insisting that only bold leadership can drive real reforms in the sector. Speaking during the Deputy Minister Designate vetting before Parliament Appointment Committee, Afenyomakin warned that previous attempt to privatize ECG had been derailed by political interference and entrenched interest, preventing the much-needed efficiency in the power sector.
It makes me sad as a politician because we don't lend support to each other for real reform. So the time comes, election, and the structural defects, the inefficiencies become the subject matter of campaign. And when we are done, the same thing remains. A new person comes and they will be laughing at us. And 4 years will come again. And then the inefficiencies become the basis for another campaign. So I pray that this privatization that the previous administration had initiated, which some way, somehow, it became political, and the previous administration had abandoned. In your time, when the same forces of darkness in the sector are frustrating you, you'll be bold to implement the privatization there. Because I support the privatization, which privatization would bring efficiency. All right? I hope you'll be bold to do that. Support your minister. Because there's a serious drain on us as a country.
Now, the Upper West region is currently facing a debilitating meningitis outbreak, with reported cases escalating to 173 and fatalities increasing to 16. Health officials are on heightened alert as they strive to manage the transmission of the illness.
The Upper West region is grappling with a worsening meningitis outbreak, with cases surging to 173 and the death toll rising to 16. Health authorities are on high alert as they work to contain the spread of the disease. According to the latest situational report from the Upper West Regional Health Directorate, 4 new confirmed cases and 38 suspected cases were recorded in the past week. The most affected districts, Jirapa, Nandom, Wa Municipal and Wa West, have all exceeded their alert thresholds. Officials have identified Streptococcus pneumonia as the dominant strain alongside Neisseria meningitis and Haemophilus influenza. The hardest hit age group is 11 to 20 years, accounting for 43.8% of the fatalities. In response, health authorities have intensified surveillance, sharing daily and weekly situational updates with national agencies. A total of 221 personnel, including clinicians, surveillance officers, laboratory staff, and health promotion officers, have been trained to manage the outbreak. Authorities have also ramped up community engagement through radio discussions and public health education, urging early symptom reporting. The Ghana Health Service has reiterated that meningitis treatment remains free per the directive of its Director General. Meanwhile, high demand for vaccines has hampered reactive vaccination campaigns as limited availability continues to be a major hurdle in the fight against the outbreak.
We take a short breather. When we come back, it's business.
Hey there, welcome to Radio Unibe 98.3 FM. Seated right in front of you is Ampon Bismarck, so for short, Ampon B. Here we say we are the ultimate in campus radio. I entreat you all to be listening to Radio Unibe 98.3 FM. And your Radio Unibe, yeah, forget about it.
Hello, my name is Amina Abisibanan, a media personality at Radio Widibe 98.3 FM. Kindly follow us on all our social media handles. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Follow us on www.uew.edu.gh. We are the ultimate in campus radio.
Welcome back from that short breather. Let's do some business. My name is Florence Kwanzaa. Now the news in detail. The government has secured a total of 59.68 billion Ghana cedi from the domestic money market since taking office this year. This amount has been acquired over a span of 7 weeks through the issuance of 91 days, 182 days, and 365 days treasury bills.
The government has borrowed an amount of 59.68 billion Ghana cedis from the domestic money market since assuming office this year. The 59.68 billion Ghana cedis has been borrowed in 7 weeks from the domestic money market through the issue of 91-day, 182-day, and 365-day treasury bills. The new Mahama-led government borrowing from the domestic bond market in 2025, also known as treasury bill auctions, started right at the beginning of the year upon the government's assumption of office and has spanned a period of 7 weeks in succession. According to Bank of Ghana data, the government first went into the domestic bond market on January 10, 2025, 3 days after assuming office, and borrowed 8.07 billion Ghana cedis, followed by another round of borrowing on January 17, 2025, which amounted to 8.83 billion Ghana cedis. On January 24th, the government again borrowed 8.16 billion Ghana cedis and another 7.99 billion Ghana cedis on January 31st. In February, the government has been to the domestic bond market 3 times on February 7, 14, and 21 to borrow 7.60 billion Ghana cedis, 9.43 billion Ghana cedis, and 9.6 billion Ghana cedis respectively.
Now, moving on from that, Dr. Johnson Isiama, the newly sworn-in governor of the Bank of Ghana, has outlined plans to reverse the central bank's negative equity position following recent financial losses. Speaking at a swearing-in ceremony on Tuesday, February 25, 2025, Dr. Isiama stressed that restoring the bank's financial health is critical to maintaining stability, credibility, and public trust.
Excellencies, my sixth and the last priority area is the need to reverse the Bank of Ghana's negative to maintain credibility of the institution and to restore public trust. In this vein, we will seek to re-examine the bank's non-core operations could be made. We shall adopt several austere measures to help reduce the bank's operational costs and achieve cost efficiency. Additionally, we will craft very clear policies to return the Bank of Ghana's negative equity to positive equity in the medium term.
And that will be all on the business segment. My name is Florence Kwanzaa. Up next is sports.
Hey there. Welcome to Radio Unibe 98.3 FM. Seated right in front of you is Ampon Besmaku. For short, Ampon B. Here we say we are the ultimate in campus radio. I entreat you all to be listening to Radio Unibe 98.3 FM. And your Radio Unibe, forget about it.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the sports segment here on Windy News. My name is Caesar Abraham. Now to our story. Meet 4 of the Ghana Swim League Season 3 took place at the Aquatic Baltimore Sports Complex. 14 swim clubs participated and 437 athletes were registered for the Meet 4, which was a league record.
Good morning and welcome to Boteman Sports Complex. Specifically, this is the Aquatic Center, and we are going to have Ghana Swim League Season 3 Meet 4. Joining me here is the official announcer and the journalist and multi-award winner, M. Barometer. M is here. M.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
You're looking great.
Well, you can't complain. Yes, it's all about the meet 4 of the Ghana Swimming. So, yeah.
Yeah, this meet 4, what are you expecting?
Well, in fact, 15 clubs are expected to do the battle here at the Aquatic Complex, and 400 plus swimmers. For the first time ever, we had a meet number 3 where 400 swimmers, record-breaking number for that matter, expected to get inside the pool. Ghana's youngest swimmer is expected to do the battle as well. Kimberly Odumoko, 4 years of age for GH Aquatic Masters, and Ghana's two-time Olympian, the SWAG Award winner as far as the best swimmer is concerned in Ghana, Abeku Jackson, 25 years old, is also expected to be in action.
You've been with this event for a very long time. How is this one different from the previous ones?
Well, in fact, every season gets better every time. Season 1 was massive, 86 swimmers. Season 2, we had close to 236. And then talking about season 3, we have 400 swimmers. So it tells you that it's going to be really massive. Most of the athletes are dropping their times. And honestly, you can imagine what meet number 4 is going to bring. So stay tuned for a lot more 98.3 FM. All right, so as you can see, the warm-up has just kick-started for the rest of the clubs. So let me speak to Inshira right about now. In fact, the last time your mom and I, had to do one video with you. What should we expect today? Because the last time you were unstoppable, man.
You can expect a 31 for 50 fly. My dreams, my goals.
All right, so I hope you're going to drop more time today.
Definitely.
Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
All right, so that happens to be Inshira for that match. Let's which club and what's your name? What should we expect?
My name is Ebenezer Sauti from Lagos Sharks. Actually, today we are all expecting the best. We should be able to drop our times. Yeah, so that's the focus for today.
What are you taking part in?
Breaststroke, 50 breaststroke, I think 200 freestyle.
Wish you the best of luck, guy.
Thank you.
For Boris, he's a fantastic swimmer for that matter. Dolphin Swim Center. What should we expect from Dolphin Swim Center?
It's a very nice team, and I advise a lot of people to come and join us because they train us well. So I advise a lot of people.
All right, what's your name? How old are you?
I'm 11.
Wow, so wish you the best of luck. Ghana's youngest swimmer is here, Edumoko Kimberly. How are you?
I'm fine.
How is mommy?
I'm fine.
Are you going to take part today? All right, wish you the best of luck. Yeah, so you say thank you.
And that story was by MNS and Obed Nkrumah. And that's all for sports here on Windy News. My name is Caesar Abraham. Up next is entertainment news. Welcome back from that short breather and its entertainment segment here on Windy News. My name is Haruna Aaron Adam. Let's dive into the biggest story of the day. Stonebwoy up and running tour to North America, which was set to happen within the months of February, March and April 2025, has started and is already making waves on the social media. In a breaking news,
Stonebwoy postpones New York show indefinitely and apologized to ticket holders. The artist was set to perform at the Palladium Times Square in New York on February 27, 2025. The musician postponed his headline show a day to the actual day, citing production issue at the venue. The management of the 2,100 capacity venue has unlisted Stonebwoy's event from its website and promised ticket refund. That will be all for entertainment segment here on Windy News. My name is Haruna Aaron Adam. Up next is international news.
Hey there, welcome to Radio Unibe 98.3 FM. Seated right in front of you is Ampon Besmaku, for short Ampon B. Here we say we are the ultimate in campus radio. I entreat you all to be listening to Radio Unibe 98.3 FM. And your Radio Unibe, yeah, forget about it.
Away from the entertainment news, now let's go to the international arena. Ukraine has reached an agreement regarding the terms and significant mineral deal with the United States. According to the media report, Washington has relinquished its initial request for a share of $500 billion in potential revenue derived from the exploitation of national resources. However, it has not provided definitive security Ukraine assurances, to which remains a crucial demand from the war-affected nation. A South African court has rejected allegations of a white genocide occurring in the nation, characterizing them as clearly imagined and not real. This ruling challenges statement made by U.S. President Donald Trump and his advisor Elon Musk.
South African court has dismissed claims of a white genocide in the country as clearly imagined and not real, undermining comments made by U.S. President Donald Trump and his advisor Elon Musk. The ruling came as the court blocked a wealthy benefactor's donation to white supremacist group Bully Region. Grantland Michael Bray wanted to bequeath $2.1 billion to the group to help it further its message of racial hatred and separation, but the court ruled his request was invalid, vague, and contrary to public policy. Trump has referred to the large-scale killing of farmers in South Africa, while Musk has condemned what he said were racist ownership law and previously condemned the genocide of white people. Despite vowing to crack down on immigration, Trump has said that white South African farmers would be allowed to settle in the U.S. as refugees because of the persecution he said they face.
Before we end Windy News, a recap of the stories that made headlines. UEW launches Vice Chancellor's Community Initiative Program to empower youth. Ghana Health Service launches cholera vaccination program in Afichu municipality. And President Mahama confident in Dr. Asiame's leadership to boost Ghana's economy. And in business, government borrows 59.68 billion Ghana cedis in 7 weeks from domestic money market. On the foreign front, South African court rules claims of white genocide as not real. And that will be all for Windy News here at the News Hub at the University of Education, Winneba. My name is Nana Ama Nyamike Bani. Thank you for doing the watching and do enjoy the rest of your afternoon.